Hey everyone, how's everybody tonight? It's good to see all of you. I know the heading says members only, but um, it's for everybody tonight. Our members live will be um, Saturday. So we'll definitely have our time together this weekend. How is everybody tonight? Hi, 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 everybody. I'm assuming that you guys get the gist of this. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. That's awesome. I'm so glad to see everybody and hear from everybody. There's my Teresa, Miss Teresa Bowman. We just had her reading over the week. The next reading pull I'm going to do. Hi, Miss K. Angel. The next free reading pull is going to be, let's see. I will do it my next live with you guys. Hi, Tam. So we'll do another free reading pull my next live. As you guys all know, next week is going to be Summer Wells reading and seeing if we can get anything from the aunt or from Summer. Not sure what that's meaning yet, honey. I've been talking to Spirit before I got on here, so prepping myself up for this, letting Sebastian's family know if there's anything that we can do to help Sebastian. Please help Sebastian by stepping through and giving us information, as well as Sebastian. Next week we'll do these Summer Wells, and we'll do the free reading poll as well. And the next live after that is going to be a live for the Bayou murders in Texas, Houston, Texas, to be exact. There is a lot going on down there that is not being spoke of too much. I do have a person down there that's giving me a lot of all these bodies are being found in the bayou, and they're pretty much trying to say there's no proof it's a serial killer, I guess. But for me, I gotta say, specific areas in Houston, dumping ground, and the victims are from all walks of life. You know, it's a very sporadic kind of thing, but there's organized killers and then there's unorganized. So this person has a very deep want to continue to do this, and they cannot control themselves. Hi, Deborah, Lynn. Hi, everybody. But that's going to be one of the lives as well. I have a name. Hi, Nana. I have a name, Stephanie, that just was mentioned to me. If I sound like I have a stuffy nose, my allergies are acting up today. The name's Stephanie. I'm not sure what this is about, but this is the name that was just mentioned to me. Miss K, how are ya? So the next few lives will be the Bayou Murders. It will be about, I keep hearing Sebastian Waindrake Rogers, Summer Wells, and the free reading for the week. And we're going to have our members live this Saturday. Saturday's members, it's going to be, I'm trying to do just a little earlier, probably around the 7 o'clock mark for us. Miss Laura, hello. If you guys have any questions for me, please don't be afraid to ask. We all can ask them on here. It's not a big deal. I always tell people no question is stupid. No question should be embarrassing. I just don't want the questions of, was Sebastian sacrificed? We all know he wasn't sacrificed. Um, and again, I have a friend, Stephanie. I haven't seen her in years. Okay. Well, that name was just said loud and clear. I mean, does that mean that's for you, Sharon B? I don't know. But that was just loud and clear. Also, the word police. So you don't know who's watching the live tonight. I will state anyone that pops on here with a negative response, you will be deleted immediately. We're not going to give chase to anybody on here to stop us from Sebastian's live tonight, okay? So anything that comes up on here rudely or disrespectful or just any kind of improper behavior, we are not going to tolerate that. So we'll just chase them out of here. We don't need to deal with none of that nonsense. Um, okay. I'm just going to wait a few more minutes here, go to around 8:30, and then we'll start our session tonight. Deborah Patterson says she has a cousin named Stephanie that died a few months ago. Um, yeah, Louise. Yeah, we could see you, honey. Yeah, Angel, I'm going to speak with one of the girls that stood out to me, and I'm going to be working with her energy. I'm not sure who else is going to pop through. I want to just see if I can get a description of the person. Maureen, Amy, hello. Yeah, I got Johnny. I could see ya. I got you. But I have my theories on that. But my theory is just a theory until I speak to spirit, as you all know. I don't. Hello, Miss Catherine. Catherine, how are you tonight? Um, okay. Miss Tawana, hello. Becky asked, can you tell us who was driving the car the night that Sebastian went missing, please? You know what? If it comes through, it comes through. I don't push the sensation. If that's what happens at the moment, that's just how it is. I do feel a little itchy tonight on my chest area. Um, that's been happening to me the last few lives, I noticed. Um, the word arm, I'm not sure what that means just yet. Starbright, hello. D White. A lot of these questions we've already asked, but we're going to see if he knows anything different tonight. We're going to see if there's anything um, that he can tell us that we haven't heard of or haven't been able to get any updates on. Let's see. I'm not sure if this was asked before, but who went with Chris to get the RV? Where is everyone now that is this him? I got you. Hello, Angela. Teresa Bowman. I popped up on my computer. So from what people are told and what is said in spirit are two different things for me. I won't ever go on he said, she said, because I give spirit space here, and whatever they tell me, that's what I give. Whether I misinterpret it and say it wrong, or I interpret it exactly and I just state it like that. I think I just heard this. Keep hearing the word shoe, shoe, shoe. Is there any evidence in both homes Ellie missed? Good question on that. Also, the name Kelly. I don't see a Kelly on here. Anybody? The name Kelly, clear as day. No, we don't forget Sebastian here. It might have took me a little bit to get back, but we don't forget Sebastian. Also, the name Kelly came through clear as day. Clear as day. Just a second ago. Not sure what this is referring to, but it seems like I have a lot of female energies trying to step through tonight. Usually it's the males that do it, but Cliff. Kelly and Cliff. Oh, I'm sure there was plenty of information missed from LE, but I think that has to do with just um, not doing it because of who it was. Miss Cool Molly Sebastian is here. Miss Cool Molly is a trigger for Sebastian for whatever reason. When he's on here with her, he will give me little cues of he kind of like checks in on her. He has an affinity for her. I don't know what that means. Your nephew, D. White says, my nephew's deceased wife is Kelly. 100% I believe so, yes. On Becky's question, yes, I believe so. I like I said, I do believe there is I do believe that there is a military connection there, like maybe some old military groups, a group of friends. To me, that's also in some way. I do believe he was in the military, and so were the other two. Um, Jane, the word Jane. What was his life before all this happened? Did he make friends in school? Can you tell us what was in the Brinks truck that they wouldn't let anyone search? I think that their excuse was that was a private business owned vehicle, and that they nobody would. But for me, that's horseshit. I believe. I don't think that's accurate. We'll get to all these questions. I'm just trying to get a feel for people that are on here tonight. I want to pull in who's really here for Sebastian and who's really not, because um, I do have some things being said to me, mentioning to me that I need to pay attention to on here. So, cool, Molly. Can you tell me what this means, honey? Sebastian was talking about cool Molly chose to let go, but I'm not sure what he means by this. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna mention it right. He kind of showed me like this little, it almost looks like a notebook. I don't know what this means. Yeah, Tammy, I'm just trying to feel them out for a second. I want to see who's on here because they'll let me know. I want to see who's really on here for him or who's really on here for that. Chose what, honey? Mhm. Hi, Miss Nikki. Oh, I definitely believe that. Um, I definitely believe that things were missed intentionally. Yes, for sure. Also, the word Carter. Carter. Um, Carter was detective. Cool, Molly, honey. Just that question for you, honey. Oh, I've been there. You are okay. I've been doing my astrology, looking at his case, but sometimes I get sad and frustrated, and we don't have answers for Sebastian yet, so I have to take a break. But I'm never going anywhere, buddy. Okay, yeah, honey. Oh, that's what timing meant. Because he talked about cool Molly chose to let go, chose, let go, timing. Also, the word Jane and the word Bobby also took change, maybe. And then Carter. Carter is lead detective. Isn't Carter a cop on from his case? Hi, Tracy, Amy, Pickle Me Homo. Um, Breakfast and Bobby Carter. Okay. So those are the same, the one and the same. They're not two different people then. Chief. Is he the chief? Is he like the head guy here? Chief. Oh, let go of timing. Yeah, I guess you know what that means. I did try a new timing technique. I could explain later privately. I think it's working better. Okay, then so you, Sebastian, then you know what Sebastian was referencing then. That's funny. I love it. Bob Carter, detective on case. Yeah, but you have to realize when we say chief, it doesn't mean chief of police. It could mean that like a lead detective or lead spirit doesn't always give you the proper handle in the word. Or it could be a woman in the neighborhood. Does he want to tell us about Bobby Carter? Hold on. But Sebastian, I just want you to understand that Molly didn't stop, honey. So don't take offense to that. Molly just needed to take a break sometimes because sometimes her heart feels too sad. Okay. So it's understandable. It's kind of like what I do. Sometimes I just have to take a break and not involve myself, but not sometimes just not look at the hard things because it's a lot to take in, and it's very sad and unfortunate. And that's not to be selfish, honey. It's just sometimes that we need to take a break mentally so we can help you more. Bobby Sims is TBI. O is Bobby the neighbor lady. The kids that were in the kids are searching. Okay. Okay. Sumner County Sheriff's Office detective is Bobby Carter. Ah, okay. So I think we talked about this before, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Bobby was a neighbor who told a bunch of stuff about the Proudfoots and the car that was there. Okay. Okay. So um, I say Bobby. I'm not sure. I'm going to say only what spirit tells me. I'm not going to ever say switch up. Um, maybe we're talking about two different people. I don't know. Bobby, Carter. I don't know. I have Bobby and Carter. So you see, Bobby and Carter. Took, change, also hold on and cheat. Um, they listen. Yeah, I know they do. It's okay. Yes, he was taking all the tips for the email for B. Carter. Okay. Not sure. Um, the objective tonight, Sebastian, is to say what you really want to, honey. But also, if there's anything that you can tell us tonight that will give us something new that maybe is not out in the media or in the public that we can talk about, or maybe you have a message for your dad. Um, I know he did, sweetheart. You always say that, and I understand he did. CP. I'm gonna say CP lied. That's what he says. But he calls him by the first name. Bobby and Carter are two different people. They are both cops, and there is also a neighbor named Bobby. Okay. He's basically saying he's talking about lied. Um, but if there's anything that you want to talk about tonight, that is fine. I just want to ask you some new things. If you guys have new questions, please don't be afraid to ask them. But if I don't ask your question, it's because we've already asked it. Catherine says, I think it's weird FBI asked for everyone to resend in tips. Yeah, that is a little strange. That is very Brandon Carter, Bobby Simmons, D. White says. So, Sebastian, at any point that you have anything to say, don't be afraid to cut me off and say it, because I'm here to listen to you tonight, honey. It's been a while. We haven't really been in contact that much. What about the cats? I'm not sure what he's talking about. A gray cat. He's talking about a gray cat. Are the FBI and the marshals getting involved with his case? Becky wants to know. Who put flowers on the big double tree? But don't be afraid, Sebastian, to ask questions to people on here, because I'm sure you know that these people on here are listening to you and that they want to ask you questions. So they're going to have questions for you that might seem a little hard. They're going to ask questions because they care, okay? They want to know what's going on, as you know. Um, can you kind of say that to me again, sweetie, so I can try to write that down as you say it? So when you say that, honey, what do you mean? Do you think you're lost, honey? Do you not understand that you're not lost? That you're not stuck? I could always help you go over to the other place. Always. Okay, so don't ever think that you can't find your way out, because you can. You can find your way out. I will always help you find your way out. You're not stuck. I know you feel stuck, sweetie, but you're always able to get out of that. You're never stuck. You never have to look for a way out. I understand what you're saying, because in spirit, you don't know that it's just as easy as opening a door to go to the other place. Okay? And at any point that you're ready, you tell me and I will take you there. You don't have to go find your way out, because it's not it's not a way out that you're looking for, honey. You just don't understand. Okay? Said I lost my life. He says I want to let go. Sebastian, you're really feeling tonight, he's really feeling that physical world effect of from being here and not being able to being in the in between is a hard thing to stay in after a certain point. It's very emotional. They still feel emotional ties to the physical world. Um, But just understand that, sweetheart. You are not stuck whatsoever. It might feel that way to you because of what happened. Sometimes we get jolted out of our body, and it's hard because we don't know what happened in the moment, and we don't know how to find our way home. We don't know how to find our way out of that realm. Do you understand? When something happens to us, or we're jolted in a way out of our body, um, it's a transition to another vibrational field, another realm, we just transition. We never really die, sweetheart. We just go to a different place. He was so stern. I tried to listen. Angry. Gave up. Too powerful. He I feel bad that I haven't been on with him because tonight he's given me a lot of an emotional um it's like a built up emotional um Sebastian, I never really cry, honey, until the end of something. Um so I'm going to try my best, okay, to keep it together for you, okay? But just please, sweetheart, understand that you're not stuck. I promise you, you're not stuck, okay? You don't have to be where you are. I can take care of that for you. Okay, sweetie. I I know you're venting your feelings, and I know that really you're really feeling it tonight. Meaning what? I know. I know they lied. He said, I didn't leave. I didn't leave. And he said this before. I didn't leave. I didn't leave. I didn't leave on my own. I'm going to ask you a question that I probably asked you before, sweetie, and I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, okay? If you could please, if you could please just help me and answer this question again, okay? Because this is one of the important questions, honey, that it's going to solve a lot of frustrations. Now, none of the cameras pick you up, honey, on camera, right? Mr. CP says, oh, you stepped off the porch and you just disappeared into thin air. How are you not on camera, honey, on any neighbor's cameras? What happened then? How did nobody see you on camera? How did anybody not see them on camera? Dark time. Nighttime. Okay, I get you. I understand what you're saying. Unknown caller. I forgot to turn off my ringer. I'm sorry, Sebastian. My ringer was not shut off for you. Um, I understand it was dark time. We know it was dark time. How did so we know that you didn't leave on your own because you're saying you didn't leave on your own, and I understand that. How did they get you out of the house without being seen whatsoever? Okay. And I'm pretty sure you showed me this before, so this tells me you still remember. Now, when you showed me those two sets of feet, okay, are those your feet and someone else's feet, or are the feet of two different people and not your feet? I know. Okay. So how did they get you out of the house again? Can you refresh my memory? I know they lied. I understand. This is something I haven't heard you say before. At least I don't think. Where's that? What is that? He said, CP took me beneath the tree. I'm not sure, Molly. It's that's. I don't think he's ever said that to us before. Um, he showed me two different sets of, like, I'm looking down at someone's feet, but they're two different sets of a person. So it's two people. We know that because he said that before. That's why I want to distinguish, was it his feet and someone else's feet, or was it just, and he says no, it was not him. It was CP KP. Let's get to that question. Hi, Ash. Um, okay, Sebastian, when you talk about the tree, honey, yeah, what about Paul? What about Paul? I know he helped. I understand that because you've been consistent with Paul. Okay, Beck. Um, I understand that he helped. Okay. What about Dad? I know, honey. He says, Dad, he says he can't take it anymore. He can't take it anymore. Paul has been someone that Paul is someone that Sebastian has mentioned from the get go. From the very first few times that I've been working with him, um, he says it's CP's friend. Sebastian, can we talk about the tree, honey? He talked about he took you beneath the tree. Sometimes I write so fast that my reading is so sloppy. So sometimes it's hard for me to read it back. Okay. What tree are we talking about, sweetie? And what tree did he take you beneath? Some of the stuff, honey, I don't know what you mean. If I don't understand it, can you show it to me? I mean, I'll still say it for you, but I don't understand what that means. He talks about crisscross and then lever. I don't know what that means. Trade, trade, trade. Trade what, honey? Road, path. Excuse me. When you say crisscross, TJ says there is a Chris that is a part-time cop that lives directly behind the Proudfoots. Allegedly, Katie had a relationship with him. Paul was wearing a black shirt, or could be a guy with a ponytail in the restaurant. So, honey, when you mean crisscross, what do you mean by crisscross? Like, there's no railroad tracks, right? Maybe he's talking about the railroad track sign that you would see, or is there a railroad tracks by his house at all? Camera just refocused. Or railroad tracks with arms. Okay, we can just keep going, Sebastian, until we understand a little bit better, okay? Is there anything else that you want to say to me before I start asking questions for the people on here? Remember, you answer what you want to answer. You answer how you feel safe. You answer. Basically, this is your time, Sebastian. This is your safe place, okay? So, Sebastian, can I just ask you the question about the cameras again, honey? Now, when we say your stepfather's name, okay? Are we talking about him or are we talking about somebody else? Okay, him. Loud as day, him. He's very adamant about the same people. He has not switched his story. I'm not sure, Jen, what he means by that. So I'll ask you again, honey. When we talk about the cameras, how did they take you out of the house without being seen on cameras from the neighbors? I know you said it was dark time. I know you said he took you beneath the tree. It's like he's almost, it's the scuffle I hear, a scuffle. It's almost like a, for some reason it's standing out to me tonight, a really bad scuffle. And we, hello. So was that tree that he took you, sweetie? Was that the backyard tree or a tree somewhere else? Sebastian, would you like to tell me anything else, honey, about the tree? I'm very patient, honey. I have time with you, okay? You said he took you beneath the tree. What tree are we talking about? Is it on mom's property where the house was, the tree? Or is it someplace completely different? Close to mom's house? Close. Cool Molly wants to know how he took you beneath that tree. I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna say it, Sebastian. Um, it's almost like he's talking about almost like something like a wheelbarrow, like something that you put something in. Um, I don't know if you've ever said this to me before, Sebastian. I guess that's the point of the live tonight, honey. I did ask you to let me know about things that you didn't say before. He speaks about a trap door and false door. Um, Sebastian, is there anything that is new for us? Have you been watching? Um, have you been watching the things that have been going on behind the scenes, so to speak? Have you been seeing Dad and your mom and say that again, honey? What do you mean? Police tried to not know. Police tried to not know that CP lied. So are you... He says police tried to not know. Tried is the word that stands out to me. Police tried to not know CP lied. Right, Molly. Cool Molly says, wow, police tried to not know. That's what I was thinking. Chris tainted. He's saying CP tainted evidence. We've been saying that the whole time, Becky. I know. I just keep hearing he lied, he lied, he lied. What about him, honey? Okay, it's something new. Remember how I asked you what Paul's last name was? Can you still get, is there any way you could try to still give me the last name of Paul? Um, Let me just see something. Thank you. Did they, okay, Sebastian, did Chris exchange credit money so that they could keep it on the hush? Did they use a big left CP that night? Becky, no, he was never given money to be quiet. Becky, that's not something we're aware of to even say yes or no on. Did they use big lift to get up above the garage? On it. Yeah, I did. I messaged her. Can you try to tell me where Paul might live, where you've seen Paul, where did you interact with Paul? Okay, still the same. Still the same person he talks about. Because Chris knows exactly who to call that night. Okay, so you met him when he was around CP. Okay, you haven't changed that. Okay. Do you know where have you ever been to his house? He came to yours. Okay. No, but he came to mine. Is Paul, would he understand what that means? I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to ask that question. Do you know Paul's middle name? Once again, Sebastian talks about was supposed to go see his dad. He was promised to go see his dad. Who threatened to hurt your dad? I bet, honey. I bet. Can we talk about Paul a little bit more, honey? Do you remember what I asked about what Paul looked like before? Can you give me, I don't know if you guys should timestamp that. I hear a woman. Can you give me the description of Paul again? Is he taller than you, or is he your height? Okay. He's talking about his ugly teeth. Something about his nose. And he talks about dark hair, and he's taller, and he's big. Does he have any tattoos? Does he wear glasses? Does he have any scars? Tattoos. Arm. Leg. Talks about tattoos on the arm and the leg, and also back to CP. Tammy, is that it? See, I don't remember what he said before. I just know when he describes people, I just say it. I don't. This was a while ago that he described this guy. So you remember, I suppose. So, Wild Wolf. Can you ask Sebastian why Chris and Katie keep saying he's going to be coming back through the door when he turns 18? And Tammy, you wrote it down during that session, right? Okay. Okay. So you do remember then. You have it all written down. That's good. I'm glad you did. Good. Perfect. So then that just goes back to his description being dead on point again. Okay. And I don't know how long ago that was, but that was some time ago that he described this man. Okay, perfect. But after he says that, then he goes back to CP, saying his name right after. So again, this is a connection to him. Tall, set, long, dark hair. Did it just so we're Sebastian? I can't remember if you said he had what kind of hair did he have? You said he had dark hair, right? I know. I know. I don't want to dismiss what you just said. I want you to be able to finish. Go ahead. He's talking about choke me, wouldn't let go of my arm, wouldn't let go of my arm. Let me get another piece of paper. Okay, sweetie. So when you say choked you and wouldn't let go of your arm, who was choking you and who wouldn't let go of your arm? I wanted to. I know. He said I wanted to leave. They promised to let me see my dad. They promised to let me see. They lied. They lied. I wanted him to take medication. Blue pill, yep. I'm pretty sure he talks about the blue pill before too. So who choked you, sweetie? Was Paul involved in choking you? So let me ask you this again, because I feel like I asked a combination question for you. When you say that choked you and wouldn't let go of your arm, who choked you, sweetie? Can you tell me exactly who? I know you said that. I get that. I understand. But who choked you? Okay. I figured. I figured. He's still saying the same person. Please. Honey, we're just waiting to prove that, okay? We're waiting to put that into motion in some way, okay? hold responsible, please. That's what he's saying. So when we mentioned Paul, honey, Paul wasn't the one that choked you. Oh, okay. Okay. I just want to make sure. Helped CP. Okay. When you say helped, how did he help? What did he do to help? There it is again. I don't know how many of you remember, because of the amount of lives we did, but I don't even know when this was mentioned. I don't remember what live. I hear the braking of a car, or a vehicle, like when you come to a full stop. He's more or less telling me he helped in that manner rid of Sebastian. Sebastian, do you remember the night that you said that you were choked and wouldn't let go of your arm? Yep, I know. Yep, did you bite him at all, honey? Oh, you didn't mean to. He wouldn't let go. He's talking about he didn't mean to. He just wouldn't let go of him. It's kind of like when you're in a chokehold, right? And you're close to somebody with your teeth and you're being jolted backwards, it's kind of like it's like a knee-jerk reaction. You want to immediately try to force yourself away or catch your breath, so your automatic response is you go react, like erratic, I guess you could say. I'm thinking. But Sebastian, you don't have to be sorry, honey. That was just something that you had no control over, honey. You did nothing wrong. You don't have to apologize here. This is your space, your time. And nothing anybody says or does here will ever be able to affect you. You are here to say exactly how you feel, without judgment, without fear. Okay? I kept that promise to you always, didn't I? What about him? I figured that, but how though? Well, how can I link him to that? Ah. But to say that, sweetie, how would that excuse be plausible enough for you? So is that why it's being covered up that way? I know he hurt you, honey. No, we all believe you, sweetie. We all believe you. Sebastian, we all believe you. I want you to understand that. Nobody believes that you ran away. Nobody believed that you hurt anybody. He says he hurt me. No one believes me. I didn't lie. I let go. I didn't hurt anyone. Sweetheart, people are on here listening to you talk. They believe you. They believe everything you say. Timestamp. Do you hear that when I said they believe everything you say in the noise above my head? Thank you, Komali. Now I have someone looking up that name that you mentioned to me, okay? Paul's last name. What about a hammer? Sebastian, when you tell me that you were being choked, right? And they wouldn't let go of your arm. Where was Mom when all this was happening? I know. You just wanted it over. I get it. I said I just wanted it to be over. Where was Mom? He said it just got out of control and something about the blue pill. Why couldn't they just leave me alone? When you say they, right? Who's they? Because Mom says he wasn't there that night. So who's they? Who was there that night, Sebastian? Who was there? I knew it. I knew it. But you know what? You know, okay, when you said he lied, okay, now they're trying to say he was at work. So you said he lied. So how was he there that night? Okay. His vehicle was supposedly at work all night. So whose vehicle did he use? Okay, car. What car? Borrow. Well, I figured that. When I kind of figured that, sweetie. What color was the car? Do you know the color of the car? Like what kind of car? What color was the car? Oh, okay. He's talking about the maroon car. Was it a car or was it a truck? I know, sweetie. I remember when you showed me. So he hurt my face. He talks about like a deep, I'm going to say maroon, like a reddish car. Hi, Lane. Hi, April. Right, cool, Molly? Because right away, maroon. their house, did it have a back door? Okay. Did their house have a back door? I'm assuming most houses do, right? Um, yeah, see, a lot of people are saying he talked about the red car before. Becky, I'm not sure. I'm just saying I'm going to say what Sebastian only tells me. That is my outlook in every session. I will never even if he was on camera or if he doesn't mention it to me, I don't say it. Yes, they have a back door. Okay. Because I asked how he got in. And he speaks about got in the back door. The back door. See? Right there. Back door. Oh, to the garden area. And was a white shed. Michelle says, yes, back door goes out to the garden area and was a white shed. Okay. I mean, lighting back there, camera-wise, nothing showed on camera? That's what I'm saying. Was it so dark back there that no one could see? Veronica Truly, hello. So, Sebastian, I would like to ask you about the cameras, okay? I feel like this is a very important thing to follow up on. Well, Catherine, that's what I'm asking. Like, wasn't there cameras or maybe lighting back there? Very dark. Could be, could be. And Jacqueline, has anybody ever looked at those cameras? Darlene. Um, and another thing that was said, I want you to pay attention. Sebastian says that I'm going to say snuggle struggle person, we know who he is, lied, told him that I fell, and more or less that's the cover up. Oh, he fell. That's how he got hurt. Lied, and this is my problem here. Because he said that I didn't ask anything about him. Have I mentioned him today? Miss K, there is a camera that picked up the back and side where the door and fire pit area is. Yes, a person was back here. I'm not going to say Carter. I said somebody else. He told me somebody else. There was a camera that faced the back of their house, but the person that owns the house behind theirs. Right. My question is, what did he see on the camera? I wonder if that's what he's referencing, Miss K. There was footage going around where it looked like struggle at the steps and trees, but you had only images of figures. We don't know. They won't show the whole thing. The guy also said at the command center that it's really bad. Okay. Well, according to Sebastian, CP told Snuggle Struggle that he fell. It was an accident. And this is my issue here. We're also told that he has connections and ties into the police, which would make sense. But at the same time, you're telling me not one entire tip has been explored, not one um, camera picked up anything. This is where the problem is. Smoke screen was used to conceal some activity going on. He did say while he was at the command center, it's really bad, and took off crying. Some of cams was disabled by fuses removed. The camera on the end of the road picked up a car. They have a screened-in back porch. So is there a door, Wanda? That's my question. Is there a door that he can get in from that way? Like, just because someone has a screened-in porch, is there a way he can get in? That's my question. Yes. Okay. Okay. Becky says, from what I understand, they took those pictures and did whatever they wanted to with the cut. Okay. Okay. He said that Sebastian didn't like the sound that it made. Good question. Breakfast at the waterfall. I'm going to ask that question. Where did he park, honey, when he went into the back door? What vehicle? Where did they park that vehicle? Where did he park that vehicle? Where would north be from where that house is? Like, what street? He just says north. I'm assuming he means the north direction of the house. So do your work, guys. If the home is here, right? We're talking north. Would that fit where the car was spotted or a vehicle was spotted? I don't know because I've never really I've never really mapped out the house, or okay, so when you say where did he park the car, you said north. North of where? What street? What would that be? That would be timestamp. I don't. You guys got to hear this woman. You've got to hear her. You hear knocking or pounding? Okay. Hold on, guys. I just gotta, because I heard a word and I need to know. Let's see. So where is, that makes no sense. That's not what I asked. I'm trying to find it, Sebastian. Oh, I probably spelt it wrong. Hold on. Let's see where you go to. Um, so you guys say there's one way in and one way out, right? What's to the north of it, though? I need. I don't have a spectral of what it would look like. Lady in Nick Bear's video, it shows two lights leaving the house, cutting through the neighbor's house to the house where is a car waiting. Then one light goes back to Sebastian's house. Cops say it's a garbage truck. True, Angela. Where's Kelly Lane? Kelly Lane came up earlier in our live, and yes, it did. Um, so, well, what lane? What street was the car on? Okay, hold on. Let me just look up something. Hold on, Mal. Thanks everybody for that. Okay. Okay, I just want to. This might help him actually. Okay. All right. So if we're talking about, so there's only one way in and one way out. I get what you're saying now. So there's no streets. Oh, Kelly Lane. That makes perfect sense. I got it. Okay, guys. Oh, okay, okay. We get what Sebastian was trying to tell us. I gotcha. So, okay, now we get it. We gotcha. That's why he mentioned. But I heard Kelly. It's Kelly, or is it Kellen? It's called Kellen, I believe. And but he mentions that Kelly as Kelly. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I'm probably saying it wrong, guys, but the pronunciation of it, he did say. Remember, I said Kelly. Hold on a minute. Let me just find it. Yeah, there it is. You see, he's just missing the N on there. So that makes sense. All right, guys. Well, perfect. That's another variation of a validation. Perfect. What do you mean, sweetie? Told to go to the door. Are you talking about you or someone else? So I'm assuming whatever you're saying happened in the back area of the house, not the front. Oh, okay. So what about that, Kelly? I'm just gonna say for what? For his sake, he said Kelly Lane. So we're just gonna say what Sebastian said, okay? Because I don't want to confuse him. Could be. Also the number 7 again. I'm pretty sure we mentioned this too. With the stress of losing my mom and spending months in the hospital with her, some of the details are fuzzy to me, so you have to excuse me if I don't remember something that we talked about in the live. Okay. And as, our friend Jacqueline on here says, Sebastian, just know that they all love you here. We all love you. And we just want you to be found, sweetie. I know you did. I hated being there. So mean. I hated being there. They were so mean. Do you guys not hear that woman? It's like a woman is having a conversation. Simpra's mom, why did CP borrow a car and park in Kelly instead of... Well, I mean, that's kind of a question you have to ask yourself. Why would he? Why wouldn't he do that? Then that would be proof he was there that night. That's a Fifth Element. Hey, that's like saying, I'm just going to park my vehicle in the driveway. People are going to notice me there. I don't hear a woman. No. But back. Just go back to this. Okay, time stamping it. Okay, we're going to time stamp it. So from we'll say 133 to 135. I don't know. It's almost like a woman humming, and then it's like a word she's using. And then shortly after that, if you notice when I've said it, my camera has readjusted. You hear like a tune? Okay, so let's get back to Sebastian. Okay. Becky, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, though. You have to remember, he's talking about the car that was taken away and to move him was maroon. Perfect, Tammy. That's what I just stated. Yeah, Veronica, you hear it? 4 flying doves. Hello. I'm aware, D. White. I've already stated that. Your ears are ringing really loud. I wouldn't doubt it. And D. White says it's north of his house. Yes, that makes sense. That's what he said, north of his house. But he calls it Kelly. So he might have not realized, the N. Yeah, I'm aware of what it says, honey. I like I said, I'm aware. You guys don't hear her? It's like, ah. And a few houses that had cameras, they were fried the night or stopped working. Then a few days later, they started working again. The fire pit area, there's 3 steps, a screen door, open to a closed outdoor, and French doors to the house. You can hear whistling. Another military tactic. When they took Sebastian out, did he walk? Or was he carried out and was hiding in something? Sebastian, I know I've asked you this before. I've asked you this and I've asked you this, but I'm going to ask you for Miss Teresa, okay? Because Miss Teresa wants to know, did you walk out of the house or did you get carried out of the house? Which one is it for me? I get what you're saying. He said, he was carried by 2 people. But he also says he left twice. He leaves. I leave twice. I leave twice. So he was brought to one area, and then he leaves again in a different vehicle. This is what I mean. He has never changed his story, and I was hoping, but he just explains it in a different way now. I left twice. Oh no, there was never a thud. It's like scripting a crime scene. Well, there was, it's putting a placement to a what if. Well, what if that thud was someone getting into the house? Or what if that thud was him getting out of the house? You have to understand. He said, I leave twice. I leave twice. Well, I do believe he was brought to one area and then he was brought into another area by a different vehicle. Yes, I do believe that. But I just, to hear it, to let him say it, that makes him feel better. That's all we can do. What do you mean? Honey, nothing that he did can ever keep you where you are. That's not true, sweetheart. I can always help you. I can always take care of that for you. He goes, CP knows I'm stuck here. Do the police know where you are? Do you guys not hear that? It's like somebody's walking across my ceiling. Sebastian, do the police know where you are, sweetheart? Uh, something about chain and something. What do you mean? Some of the words, honey, I'm glad that you're saying things differently this time. But some of the stuff, I don't know how to express it to the public in words that we will understand. So maybe you could show me instead of telling me, maybe help me out a little bit in a different way. That would be really helpful. He says, chain, let go both ways. Um, so when you say chain, let go both ways, can you just show me in a picture in my mind of what you're trying to say? Car left behind. He says, car left behind. Tammy says, I mentioned a chain a long time ago before as well. See, Tam, some of the stuff so many lives and so many sessions with him. There's honestly some things that, remember, it doesn't come from me, so it's not easy to remember for me. There are some things I can, and there's some things that I don't. When you say car left behind, what car was left behind? Something about CP and tool. Um, can you show that to me again, honey? I have a question because this is how I'm seeing it, so I need you guys to do me a favor and check this. He's showing me like in the dark, like when you are in the dark and say you're driving past and the car lights are on, and he shows me like this little, I don't know what you call it. It's like a sign of some sort, but it's yellow, with black writing on it. Are signs like that in Tennessee an actual thing? I don't know if they're just white signs. Like, I mean, certain symbols are different colors. Miss K says, Canines tracked from Sebastian's home up to Stafford Court through backyards and then the exact spot on Colleen Lane where a car unknown was parked at the entry of Stafford Court in reverse. School bus sign. It kind of, Molly, it kind of seems like that when he shows me the picture. It's like when you're in a dark space and the car's driving past and you see this, you see the sign coming up as you drive up past it. Sweet souls, yes. The yellows are generally warning signs in Tennessee. Easy access for construction workers, I'm guessing. Railroad crossing. I was thinking Shelley, or maybe something like that, but I mean, different states have different colors, I would assume. I don't know. Um, let's think. Yes, near a construction zone. Are they crisscross signs? Good thinking. Sebastian, let's go to the crisscross for a minute. Do you remember when you said to be crisscross earlier? He's talking about this girl, Hope. Something about hope in a picture. Hope in a picture. I think he's talking about the girl, Hope. Okay. There's a girl named Hope he's talking about. Is this a friend? Oh, it's not a name. It's just you Hope. Okay. Okay. Sweetheart, nobody thinks that you were thrown away like trash. Your friends don't think that. He's talking about the children in school. I know you did. I know you did. It's like, excuse me. It's almost like they were telling Seth one thing and it's almost like I'm confused because it's almost like a underlining storyline. I think Seth believed that one thing they were telling them, but Sebastian was really under duress and he was saying things. No, I want to stay here. I want to stay here because that's why he was under duress. It was like saying something to him to make him kind of like make his dad feel like he didn't want to go with him, if that makes sense. It's like he's getting his emotions out tonight. He's really emotional tonight, and I'm trying to listen to everything he's saying. He's talking about my friends have school power. Sebastian, that was never a problem in life, honey, and it should have never been made a problem. It should never been made a problem. It's almost like, I don't have accidents anymore. I don't have accidents anymore. He wanted, CP wanted him to stop doing that, but he talks about him using the belt. He just says he was so mean. He was so mean. Sebastian, everybody on here wants you to know that they love you very, very much. And there's nothing that you did in this world that would ever been bad. Okay? Things happen. People have accidents. Sometimes people have a hard time holding, having the ability to hold, their bowels or their urine, and it's okay. That should have been nothing that you have ever should have been punished for. They all love you, Sebastian. I love you. I had somebody reach out to me and tell me you were on their communication. I believe it was a spirit box, and you talked about missing me and my cat. And I am so sorry that I had not interacted with you in that moment or during that time. You knew what was going on with my mom, and you never once even tried to reach out because you knew I needed that time with my mom before she passed. You're always so selfless, Sebastian. You're always good to others, even when you don't try to be. You're just such a naturally sweet heart. Sebastian, is there anything new about your location that I could write down here? Is there anything new that I could give? When you said, Chris knows I'm stuck here, what did you mean? Because spiritually, you're not stuck anywhere. Again, did you hear that? Let's see. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to go for 1 second. I gotta look up something. We can say bye-bye to Hoff. Oh, I took care of it already. Sebastian, I would like to go back to this really important question. When you said, Chris knows I'm stuck here, we're not going to give him any power to anything. None. Because Chris doesn't have power over you anymore. Okay? My jaw feels tight, Sebastian. Strangely, it feels stuck. When we talk about that, you're not stuck spiritually. Like I said, I can help you with that whenever you're ready. You just say, I'm ready. Okay? But are you talking about a place in the physical world? Are you talking about a place here on earth, as in where you lived? Okay. Um, okay, you said this, right? Um, Hold on a second. So, let me try this. Oh, okay, let's see. Um, I'm just looking at something he said to me. Please give me a moment. Um, Hold on a sec. Okay, so this spot, Sebastian, okay? I have two people looking into it right now, okay? I have two people looking into this right now, okay? Let's see if I can narrow that down. Are are you saying? Let me just write that down just to be safe so I don't forget. Where are you? You are. X off this. Sorry, guys, I'm just looking at something. Just give me a few minutes. I don't know. Maybe it's not that, Sebastian. Maybe I'm hearing you wrong. I wonder if it's this. I heard her again. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong in the GPS, honey. Give me a second. I got people looking at two different areas for me. Yeah, if you hear a car going by, that's an actual car going by. So I can tell you, I can debunk that out of the background noise. It's a woman that I keep hearing. So that's to me a disembodied voice. They put her in a maybe stuck. Oh, okay. Maybe. I mean, I did ask the owner of the building what this place was before, because this place is like a walking. It's so energetically charged here that it has its own life force here. I've written down, like I said, I sent things to two people. I'm one place is in Memphis, oddly, Memphis, Tennessee. So if I haven't caught your so if I haven't caught your attention yet, Mr. CP, I hope I got you now. I hope I got your attention now. And another place is near Gatlinburg. So if you still think this is a joke, or if you think that this is busting chops, it's not. It's a specific thing he mentioned that it just so happens to be in Memphis, Tennessee. And where did they say he was for work? The night, uh, where was he supposedly? We all know they say he was at work. What is the area they said he was working in? Like what county? What part of it was it? Memphis. Not that I know of, but we can ask. Uh-huh. St. Jude's. Okay. Okay. So, Sebastian, sweetie, let's get back to this right here. Okay. Let's get to this. You said, I'm not going to say it out loud because we don't want to give these, excuse my language, assholes any ups to where they can try to do anything if this is what it is. Okay. This is an actual place. And this is an act. This would make so much sense to me. Okay. This makes sense to me. Now, I have your best buddy working on some stuff, and I need to know if this is the space we're talking about here. You guys can't see nothing off my glasses, right? I'm trying not to have a reflection off my glasses. Um, Sebastian, what was the last word you just said to me? I heard that, honey. I know you heard her again. Sebastian, you said something to me, sweetie, and I don't remember what it was. Can you please say it again to me? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry I'm being so quiet, guys. I'm just trying to. Where is the whistling and pounding noise coming from? I don't know. I don't hear it right now. If it's all of that going on, because I'm focused on Sebastian right now, so I have everything blocked around me outside of my being able to listen. Miss Air Force. I was wondering where the heck you were. Whistling? Really? I don't hear any whistling. I bet you it's just because I'm hyper focused on Sebastian. Okay. Let me see something. Sebastian, are there any this place? What's around that place? Can you tell me if there's anything around this place? Because your little friends here, Miss 1 and 2, I don't want to say their names too much. They're looking up some space spots for me that you mentioned. Can you give me an affiliation of what's around them? Hmm. So I have her looking this one up and her looking that one up. If you could give me, okay, let's look here for a minute, okay? What is near here? Obviously, I can't say it out loud, guys. I'm sorry. I can't. Um, thank you, Ms. Air Force. I want to call you Susie. So, um, okay, are you saying this or are you saying that, honey? Okay, I know you're saying that right now. Um, for this place, is there anything around it? Let me go person by person, okay? Just the two people on here. I'm going to ask you questions. If you two specific people want to ask him specific questions about the areas he talked about, then please ask them so I can. It'll just be quiet here for a little bit, guys. You just have to give me a moment so I can pin down what he's trying to tell me. Um, Camera keeps refocusing. I don't know if it's because I'm moving or. Okay, well, I'm waiting on these. Um, I'm not sure because it's almost like simultaneously when I talk to Sebastian, I'll hear her too, which is kind of I don't hear the whistling, guys. Like I can't tell you because I don't hear it. When I am hyper focused on Sebastian, I have my guides kind of like block out everything else to my hearing. I mean, that's why I'll hear it later on, but right now I can. It's hard because in spirit form I can hear it, but disembodied I can hear. It's strange. I don't know how they got me doing this. I just do it. I don't know. There's a Whistler's Run in Gatlinburg. Maybe that's a symbol you guys are supposed to hear too. I'm not sure, guys. Especially at exactly 10:30. It was very loud. I'm going to have to go back and listen to it. That's funny. You guys can see you really hear it. Okay, well, I'll have to definitely go back and listen. Um, I'm just waiting on for some answers back, guys. Um, okay, Sebastian, I'm going to write this question down to you because I have to keep it quiet for now. Okay. And I know you understand. I know you understand why. So, I know I'm probably a little sloppy right now, Sebastian, but I'm trying to be fast with it. Did you read that? Can you see what this says, Sebastian? I can also subjectively say it to you psychically, okay? Does this location mean anything specifically to your whereabouts, Sebastian? Does this location have anything to do with your whereabouts? Shell R says 10:38 to 10:40 was nonstop whistling. Now 10:41 gain whistling started. Yeah, it's getting louder. Guys, I can tell you, um, I'm sorry. Again, sorry, Sarah. All right, I'm going to have to go back and listen to it for sure. While I have people looking something up, is there anything you guys want to ask before 11 o'clock? Because at 11 o'clock, I shut this live down. Sebastian, I'm being asked, honey. Did you come home from Texas Roadhouse that night? Trick. Trick. I don't know what he's I don't know what he means. He talks about twice because he's showing me it's like being there and then leaving again to not coming home. Is Craddock going to say what CP told him soon? Oh, please. I doubt that very highly. I doubt that the truth will even come out about that. It's like the noise starts when you get quiet. You hear water running. You might hear the overlaying of this place, when I tell you guys, is so alive. I mean, when I say alive, I don't mean in the physical, right? I mean in spiritual. So we have a lot of overlapping in energy form, right? So we have we have anything from certain time periods, right? This is what I mean by overlapping. There is things that happen in this time, things that happen in this time, and they just sounds, noises, and all that stuff. It's kind of like it kind of seeps out during spiritual sessions, so to speak. I don't know. Tea kettle whispering sound in Gatlinburg, Tennessee has been identified by local residents as coming from a new boiler company. I mean, like I said, there's cars going by. That might be it, guys. That might be something I can debunk for you. But yeah, see, so now you say you heard it, right? You heard it? There's a car going by, like whizzing by, like a whoosh, like that. Do you hear it? Becky says TVI said that the week that Sebastian went missing, they said where he is not coming back from. I don't know. I've never heard that. That is no car. Okay, maybe you hear something different. You've heard running water since you joined. As I thought she had a waterfall. No. I know that the cars that are going by, see, it's raining here. So it almost sounds like a fast, wet car driving by. That's what it is. Let me get back to these messages real quick, guys. Let me check. Okay, so which one am I? Okay. Okay. Let's see. I can't really. No thanks. Where'd it go? Where is this? Okay, let's see. Okay. I mean, I've heard the going back. I always tell people go back because you will hear quite the quite the anomalies on here. You'll hear answers being back. The last live you could actually hear the breathy like the you could hear it like that inside the microphone. And as you can see, I'm not anywhere near. You can't even see my microphone. I don't talk into the microphone. My microphone's actually pushed up this way so it's not in my way. But the last live I did was very breathy. You could actually hear the interaction back to my questions, and it was spot on with every question I asked. So it's very clear in the video. Yeah, yeah. He has a significant sound to his voice when he talks. No, the water sounds like a flowing sound, maybe creek water flowing sound. If you don't have a fountain on. No, I don't have. You guys can see my office space just as it is. What's over here is just a door, my table where I do group readings, and my coffee station over there. It's not anything. I mean, I could try to show you guys if you want, but you're not going to see much. I just don't want to mess with the camera too much. See that? That's it. That's all my space. That's it. That's my area. So open your leave alive up, please. Um, I always leave my lives up, guys. I never delete the lives. Tina Marie Pennington. Sorry I'm a little late watching, but could you please ask Sebastian what did mommy do with the pictures she took while eating dinner? That's funny. um, good question. Sebastian, sweetheart, what did mom do with those pictures that she sent to, I'm going to say CP, okay? Where did those pictures go? Before timeline. You said look before a timeline. Did you hear that? This has to be in correlation with Sebastian. Did you just hear her? You heard the woman, right? All right. Sebastian, you talked about timeline and looked before. Where did those pictures go? Did they get deleted? I don't like to give answers to my questions. So, can you tell me what happened to those photos that mom took of you at Texas Roadhouse? I understand that they got sent to someone else. I understand that. But what did she do with them in her phone? So, you ever just FaceTime call somebody and turn your camera around at the same time? So, um, I'm wondering if he's meaning this. Maybe she's never taken the pictures, and when she FaceTimed Chris, she turned the phone around to Sebastian, and he was seeing what Sebastian was doing. Do you know what I'm trying to say here? So it was kind of like she didn't take a picture, but when she called somebody, she turned the phone around to make it look like, do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't feel and never felt that the yellow coat guy was involved in that video. Right. Snapchat. Good point, Komali. Snapchat photos disappear. Think about that, everyone. You might assume she just took regular photos, but you have to realize Snapchat photos don't stay up that long. Sometimes they disappear. Or if it's like my story, it's only up for 24 hours on Facebook. Think of all of those logics. We're not just talking about a regular picture. It could have been from where she was sitting. That's fine. Good, Laura. I would hope so. But what situation are we in here? Again, was CP at Texas Roadhouse with you, Sebastian and Mom? I swear, maybe you guys can refresh me. He says outside. Outside. He was waiting outside. Becky, good point. Was why she was so desperate to get the video from Texas Roadhouse restaurant. Laura, there was a guy standing outside that looked like CP. So that's a good point. Well, everyone, I have to cut this live. I have to stay on a timeline. I have to really stay focused on being in a certain timeline so I don't overdo myself, so I can be on here when I promise I'm going to be on here. This takes a lot out of me. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see my skin. Red, itchy. This has happened to me before with Sebastian. Well, you have to look at the video. Sebastian states he was outside. Well, Angela, the camera kind of is backwards to me. Look at this. Right here. The specific mark. It almost kind of looks like a fingerprint right here, right? Going down. Think about that. Look it up here, guys. Have you seen me touch my neck? Look at my neck. Angela, that's what you were seeing. I wasn't even paying really attention until, I could see it from my peripheral. I can see the redness everywhere. And I thought it was strange that I was really red, but see, I never have this much redness to my skin at once. Yeah. But to the two people on my phone, I will definitely get back to you when I get home. My husband he's waiting outside, and I definitely will continue our little conversation that we're having here about. Yipper, that's the place. It's raining outside. I hear rain. All right, everybody. He's said a lot of different things tonight. He's really worked hard tonight. So I really appreciate you, Sebastian. The names here, honey. I'm hoping we can help out our two friends tonight after this live, and we can really get some clarity on those words that you said, okay? I'm going to make sure I continue with them. So here or here, babe? Right here or here? All right, well, I'm going to look that up, okay? And I'm going to do my homework too. I'm going to see what those places are too while they are looking up their stuff, okay? We haven't really spoke to Sebastian, and I spent time with my spiritual team before I came on here, and I really asked for a lot of clarity tonight, a lot more answers, a lot more, is there something different that we can do to help him? So it definitely was different tonight. Definitely go back tonight, guys, and look at this video. Please rewatch it in some way and see what you hear, and put in the comments what you hear, because a lot of people hear different things. So put underneath the comment section of this live tonight what you hear once you go back to it. I'd like to know what you specifically hear. I will hear it when I go back to it, but the woman I hear clear as day. Clear as day. It's almost like a little humming voice, but at the same time she's trying to phrase her words. Okay, I will. I'm on it. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm being told I need to close this session down. For reasons I'm not sure, but I think it has to do with what I'm supposed to be looking up instead of dragging my feet, so to say. I will see my members on this Saturday, members perks. I will see you all Saturday. Next week will be Summer Wells and the Bayou Murders after that, okay? I'm sorry to cut it short, but 3 hours. I'm trying to work my best on trying to be everywhere at once. But I also want to help Sebastian. We have to do what we have to do for Sebastian. So, Shell, you're going back to hear the, okay. Definitely, please do let me know what you hear, okay? Okay. Okay. All right, everybody. I will see my members on Saturday. I want to have my members live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so I can be with you guys at least till 9 p.m. So 2 hours. That's okay. Keep on going ahead and do that to the two people that are working on those locations. I will look at that as soon as I get into the vehicle with my husband and get home. That's okay, Aggie. I will get back with you guys on Saturday, and we will be doing some more exercises and breathing techniques, but also I'm being told to teach you guys how to do a, that's funny. I'm being told how to teach you guys a specific atmosphere pressure exercise. I don't know. I don't even know what that means yet. So just, I will see you guys Saturday. All right, everybody. I hope this live, we got a little bit extra out of Sebastian tonight and we gained more clarity. So everybody, please watch your six. Be careful. Do what you have to do to stay safe. Go back to this video. Tell me what you hear in the live. Put your comments in the comment section, please. And like, share, and subscribe. You go, we guys, we do a lot of this, and we reach out to the media. We keep people's names in every single live we can. Just keep it going. Keep our station going. Keep our lives going. Keep our videos going. I always place constructive learning videos as well on my channel, just so people understand certain aspects that people don't think to know about. Okay? All right, my darlings. I will see you Saturday, and please watch your six and stay safe out there, okay? Have a good night, everybody.